Hey guys, welcome back. Hytale update 5.5 pre-release patch notes are here, so let's jump straight into it. Starting off with the headline features, they've combined the Extrude and Flood tools into a reworked Extrude tool. In addition to extruding and shrinking blocks on the surface you're looking at, you can also add materials to mimic the shape of the surface using different blocks. You can also customize selections further by selecting different filters such as same material or same shape before extruding or shrinking. You can adjust the tool extrusion strategy for greater control of which blocks are extruded or shrunk. And fill empty space with the fill mode, replacing air whilst respecting block boundaries. For combat items and equipment, capturing an NPC with the capture crate will now update the model icon for the crate within your inventory to reflect the NPC captured. This will only apply to NPCs captured after this update. I feel like this could be improved just a little bit more. The model looks a little bit off just by itself, so maybe like the crate in the background or like a little bit smaller I think would be the best, and then just put a bit of shadow on the model. But I'm sure they'll look at this a little bit further. It's definitely better than just having a box, because then you can remember what's actually there. You don't have to remember what's there. Cool. Next up, Fishbait Wild has been given an updated model. Previously I think it was the berry model, so it's good to see it's got its own. When you place it inside of the Fishbait, it's still got the berry model, but I think that's good. Moving to weld and blocks, all black, grey, grey dark, grey light and white build, along with build light source blocks, will no longer be broken in a single hit, but may be broken faster with a pickaxe. For UI and quality of life, they added the locate command, which can be used to quickly find the coordinates of or teleport to specific biomes, zones, regions and prefabs. They've added a toast notification while you play. When a friend sends you a request or invites you to their world, you should now see a toast pop up in game, with a hotkey to accept or dismiss without opening the sidebar. When I tried this, my avatar was set back to default. I don't know if this was a network issue or just a bug they've got that I'm sure they'll fix quite soon. But yeah, it was very easy to use and a nice feature that they've added. Next up, blocking the player will now prevent them from communicating through both text and voice. They've added an option to turn off incoming friend requests. Turn off allow friend requests in your social settings and it will automatically decline incoming requests. Discord friends may also be added in-game as Hytale friends. When a friend customizes their avatar, the social sidebar will now update to display the new appearance. Favorite friends will appear as favorites in both the local and online tabs of the social sidebar. When you leave a game session, pending invites to friends for that session will be cancelled. Map markers can now display CJK glyphs when previewed on the map. For modding and creative tools, they added initial text support to enable falling blocks. And as we stated in the highlights, they've merged the reworked Flood tool and Extrude tool into one tool. For audio, they added sound diffraction to the audio occlusion system. Sound will now bend around corners and through doorways instead of being muffled. And they've implemented support for music layers. For naming and categorization, there's just the one change, which is Snow Brick Half Slab is now referred to as Snow Half Slab. For bugs and fixes, under Combat Entity and Item Fixes, wielding an adamantite hatchet will no longer prevent torch placement. The Fishbone harpoon will now throw the correct model. Block entities now use transform rotation instead of head rotation. For world and block fixes, they fix the crash that could occur when joining a world via a Discord invitation. The Quebec wardrobe placement rules now match those of other wardrobes. The fairing platform placement rules now match those of other platforms. They've standardized the hitbox of orchids. White-blue light source now emits light when placed. They fixed some issues that would prevent trees from transitioning into the next growth stage. The bottom of grass blocks will now render correctly. Grass textures will now render correctly when being broken. Grey clay smooth will no longer occasionally render as cyan. And they fix an issue where UVs were not properly computed for blocks with custom models. For creative modding and plugin fixes, Creative Worlds will now adhere to world creation settings, and they fix an issue with serialization of generic nodes within the node editor, and they fix an issue causing models and cubes to render incorrectly within the asset editor. For UI and display fixes, they fixed a crash that could occur with the mouse wheel navigation. They fixed a crash that could occur when drawing progress bars. Avatars with taller or wider customization options will now fully render on the main menu. The social sidebar will no longer open if corresponding hotkey is pressed when typing in a text field or using Creative Tool. The social sidebar will now render above all other overlays. I'm not sure where this was occurring, but I imagine it was being put behind something, so now it should always be on top. Accepting a friend request will no longer occasionally cause the friend to appear multiple times in the list. The option to join world will no longer appear on the friends context menus if you're already in a game. Your friend's online and offline status should update more reliably. Scrolling through a long friends list should now feel smoother. The command autocomplete scroll bar will now render when navigating commands via arrow keys. The command autocomplete UI will no longer flash when entering numeric characters. The stamina bar will no longer sometimes appear to empty when swapping to creative mode. NPC speakers will no longer display as unknown within the voice HUD. And they've improved backend systems to support further localization and enhanced performance. And that's everything in 5.5. Let me know if you enjoyed it by leaving a like on this video, and I'll see you in the next one.